You may have the Galaxy S7, or maybe you don't. Maybe you want to learn a little bit more about what this device is capable of doing and what flaws it comes with. So here are 5 benefits and 5 flaws that the S7 comes with. Let's start with the flaws. 1. The speaker. The loudspeaker on the Galaxy S7 is not very well thought out. It's towards the bottom of the phone. You can easily cover that spot with your finger, making the sound go completely mute. Since it's a single speaker, you won't be able to get that immersion when listening to music or watching YouTube videos. And when compared to other devices such as the Nexus 6P, I can easily tell the difference in quality, making the S7 sound very faint. 2. The software. I'm not a big fan of TouchWiz, and most of the bloatware that Samsung has is really useless to me. When compared to stock Android, the software is just cleaner and much more user friendly. Now I know some of you guys will disagree with me because maybe you really enjoy TouchWiz and the neat features it brings, but at this point it honestly just comes down to opinion here, and in my opinion I don't get the notion of TouchWiz. I always try to overlay it with themes, launchers, and icons, and that comes to show how much to an extent I'm willing to go just to disguise TouchWiz, and trust me, I've been using TouchWiz for many years now, and I'm just not there yet. 3. Scratch and fingerprint magnet. The all-glass back on the S7 is aesthetically pleasing to an extent. This thing is a fingerprint magnet, making the phone look extremely dirty half of the time. And I'm also beginning to accumulate scratches. It may not seem like a huge deal, but the highly reflective metallic foil under the glass makes the scratches even more noticeable in bright daylight. I have scratches on the front button, the main screen, and on the back towards the bottom of the phone. I'm also a little worried that I might accidentally drop this thing on its back, or even worse, on the front, and the glass encasing is just going to be completely shattered. Fortunately, I decided to slap a dbrand skin on my S7, so now it feels very grippy. There's no more fingerprints, your scratches will be hidden, and no more scratches will be made. Plus, dbrand has a wide selection of skins for the S7 and other devices, so you shouldn't have a problem finding one that suits you best. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check one out. 4. Android updates. Now I can't tell you when Samsung is going to release OTA updates, but if we take a look at the past, Samsung hasn't really improved much on updating their latest flagships to the latest Android version right away. For example, Marshmallow was released in October 2015, but the Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge, Samsung's latest flagships at that time, didn't get the update until mid-February 2016. That's 5 months later. Other US carrier variants got it even later than that, such as the AT&T S6, who received the update in May. I can totally understand that the company has to tweak its own custom UI on top of Google's new software, but if you're like me and you don't want to wait several months to get the latest Android version, try to stay away from the Galaxy S7, especially now since Android N is going to be officially released in a couple of weeks. 5. Other minor mentions. Other small things that I feel are a burden but can be fixed with a minor update for the S7 include the LED light, which doesn't turn off during Do Not Disturb mode. You have to keep the phone face down overnight, which makes the night clock not visible. The default keyboard autocorrect feature makes really bad suggestions, especially when I put an exclamation point at the end of a sentence. It will automatically change it to a different word entirely. And TouchWiz Home needs some improvements, such as the home screen button, which is not centered. They decided to use Flipboard instead of Google Now, and I don't know why the application in the app drawer aren't automatically in alphabetical order. Every time I remove an application, the app drawer doesn't resort alphabetically, and it leaves a blank space on the page instead of moving all the apps up a slot. It's kind of annoying, but once again, these are minor issues that can be fixed with an update or with a replacement of a third-party application. Now let's talk about what the Galaxy S7 does best. 1. The screen. The 2K resolution Super AMOLED display has a great color reproduction, viewing angles, deep blacks, energy efficiency, very bright, and outdoor visibility is amazing. If you go into the settings and into screen mode, you have adaptive display turned on by default. This is one of the best modes for your display if you have the S7. Colors become more vivid, contrast is changed around to best suit the application you're in for Samsung applications, and it makes colors and objects pop out more. Turning on basic mode will be best for color accuracy, which is great if you want to see photos, videos, and other content as close as possible to their actual colors in the real world. So attention to detail on the display is key here, allowing you to mess around with different screen modes, and having one of the best displays on the market is not a bad reason to purchase the S7. 2. The camera. The 12 megapixel camera on the back is great. First off, it's extremely fast. I can open the camera application by double tapping the home screen button and it's ready to take a picture immediately. Autofocus is also extremely fast. The wide f1.7 aperture makes it great for low light scenarios, and pictures I take almost always look great. So I don't want to get too technical with the camera, but all I wanted to let you know is that the camera is a great feature to mention when owning a Galaxy S7. 3. Always on display. Another feature that makes this a great phone is the always on display. I usually check my phone every hour if not every 30 minutes for any missed notifications, the time, the battery, but with the S7's always on display, I can now see all of the things without even touching the phone. Plus, since the phone is always using an AMOLED screen, the pixels powered on are the ones you see, which should lead to more battery life as you're not constantly turning on your phone. 4. Water resistance. If you like to use your phone in the shower or happen to drop your phone in a puddle of water, no need to worry as this phone is IP68 dust and water resistant. The S7 and S7 Edge can handle water in up to 5 feet for 30 minutes. So now you can definitely use the S7 whenever you're around water, just don't get too carried away as you never know what could happen. 5. Battery. The last thing the Galaxy S7 does best is something we all need, and that's a little more battery in our life. Now I'm going to be honest here by telling you that I haven't been using the Galaxy S7 for more than a month now, but what I can tell you is the battery life has been really good so far. I have reached around 4 hours of screen on time, and I've been using it to check my emails, watch YouTube videos, and even play some hardcore games. Overall, I did put this phone to the test when it came to battery life, and it did pretty well. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to go ham on that like button. Check out AndroidPrivilege.com for your latest and greatest news on Android. Definitely let me know in the comments what you love and hate about the Galaxy S7, or even about your own Android device. We do read all of your comments, and with that, I will catch you guys in the next one.